Hello and welcome to my channel Study with Delnaz. Today's topic is IELTS reading test format and my experience. I have already posted a video about IELTS listening test format and my experience. So the link will be there in the description box and the link will also be there on the top right corner of your screen. So you can anytime go and visit that video and let's get started. Reading test format. So you will have 60 minutes to complete this reading task. Okay, 60 minutes. And there will be 40 questions that will be asked to you. And this reading, the assessor is looking for if you can understand the main ideas, if you can understand the details, if you can skim the right information, meaning if you can out of a lot of information, out of um, a lot of information, if you can skim out, or if you can I would say select, okay, if you can select your right answer or your right information, that is called as skimming. Okay, understanding logical arguments and recognizing the writer's opinions, attitudes and purpose. So are you understanding all of these things while you are reading is what the assessor wants to assess about. And this reading, the comprehension, or you can say the prose that are going to come is from books, magazines, newspapers, advertisements, notices, and these are all the material which you are likely to encounter on a daily basis in an English speaking environment. One thing that you need to make a clear note about here is that you are not going to get any extra time for transferring the answers to the answer sheet. Okay, so you have to do all of this within 60 minutes only. And of course, care should be taken when you're writing the answers on the answer sheet, as poor spelling and grammar are penalized, meaning you'll lose marks for it. This reading test will be divided into three sections. The section 1 may contain 2 or 3 short texts or several short texts, and section 2 will comprise of 2 texts, and section 3 there will be 1 long text. Okay, and there will be a variety of questions that can be asked in the reading test. Now these are all the type of questions that can be asked in the reading test. I am not actually reading it out, all of these question types, because later on in the same video I am going to discuss all of these question types in detail. So I don't want to make this video a very long video. So let us fast go to the next slide now. Sources for each reading section. So for the first section, the source will be social survival. Okay, so it could contain text relevant to basic linguistic survival in English. There could be factual information, for example, notices, advertisements, timetables. The source of section 2 will be workplace survival. So for example, job descriptions, contracts and staff development, training material. Okay, and section 3, the source of section 3 will be general reading. So it could be from newspapers, magazines, fictional and non-fictional book extracts. Okay, so these are the sources from where this reading section can come. Now let us discuss about the different task types. The first one is multiple choice. So multiple choice questions can be asked. So in this task type, test takers choose the best answer out of the 4 alternatives, that is A, B, C, D, or from 5 alternatives, that is A, B, C, D, E, or from 7 alternatives, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, or G. Okay, and you need to write the letter of the answer that you have chosen on the answer sheet. So for example, if the answer to question 1 is D, then you need to write D, okay, on your answer sheet. And this task type tests focuses on a wide range of reading skills, including a detailed understanding of specific points and an overall understanding of the main points of the text. The next task type is identifying information. The test takers will be given a number of statements and asked, do the following statement agree with the information in the text? They then have to write true, false or not given in the boxes on their answer sheets. Now it is important to understand the difference between false and not given. What does false mean? False means the passage states the opposite of the statement in the question, and not given means that the statement is neither confirmed nor contradicted by the information in the passage. Okay. Now let me explain this point with the help of an example. Now I am writing a small text over here saying that Anu is the name of a girl. So Anu loves red color. Okay, red color. And you can say that but hates pink color. Okay, now this is one of the sentence in your text. Now the question that is asked to you is that question number 1 is that Anu loves pink color. Okay, Anu loves pink color. Now you tell me, the text says that Anu loves red color but hates pink color. So now the question says that Anu loves pink color. Tell me if it is true, false or not given. So here you will write false, because in the text it is clearly mentioned that Anu hates pink color and not loves pink color. Okay, so then this is a false statement. Question number 2 says that Anu loves red color. Okay, Anu loves red color. Now clearly it is mentioned that Anu loves red color. So the answer to this question is true. Okay, now question 3. Now question 3 says that Anu loves baby pink color. Okay, baby pink color. Now you tell me, is this information mentioned somewhere? Is this information mentioned somewhere? Anywhere there is anything written about baby pink color? Baby pink color is a type of a shade of pink color. But we don't know whether Anu loves it or not. So this information is not given. So the answer to this question would be not given. Okay. I'm writing it in the short form, but you can write not given, NOTGIVEN in a long form. Okay, so now you understand what I'm trying to say. You need to understand the difference between true, false and not given. True means the passage states the same thing as the statement. False means the passage states the opposite of the statement, and the information which is not given, you have to write not given for that. Okay, you cannot write false for that. You have to write not given for that. Okay. The next task type is identifying writers' views and or claims. Okay, so the test takers will be given a number of statements and asked, do the following statements agree with the views and claims of the writer, and they have to answer yes, no or not given in the box. Okay, again you have to clearly understand the difference between no and not given. No means that the views of the writer are explicitly disagree with the statement, and not given means that the views and claims are neither confirmed nor contradicted. So again, this could be one of the task type which is similar to the previous task type, that is identifying information. The next task type is matching headings. So now what is going to be in matching headings? In matching headings, there will be several short texts and a list of headings, several short texts and a list of headings would be given, and you are required to find the best suitable heading for a particular paragraph. Now, so for example, let me give you an example. All of these headings, list of headings, will usually be in Roman numerals like 1, 2, 3, and the paragraphs will be marked alphabetically. Okay, so now there will be a piece of say for example in section 1 or in section 2 of your reading test, you have got several short texts. For example, you have got paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4 and say 5 also. Okay, and now in the question you are having a list of headings. Okay, a list of headings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 or even 7. Okay, you have to choose the best suitable heading for a particular paragraph. So now you read paragraph 1 and then you feel that 2 is the correct heading for paragraph 1. So besides 1 you're going to write 2. Similarly, you're going to solve all the other questions. So this is called as matching headings. You have to find the best suitable heading for a particular paragraph. The next task type is matching features or matching information. So in this, what's going to happen is that test takers may be required to match different characteristics to age groups or different events to historical periods. So for example, passage may describe about the various countries and its various features of the countries. Okay, and you will have to match the correct feature with the correct country. Okay, another example which I can give is that there could be a list of colleges, names of different colleges, and the varying facilities that are available in those colleges. And then a question may be asked to you that with this feature, which college does have that feature? So the feature will be written, and besides that you have to write the name of the correct college. Okay, now this task assesses the ability to recognize what? The relationships and the connections between facts in the text. Okay, they want to know that whether you understand the relationship between two things or not. The next task type is matching sentence endings. Now what's going to happen in this? Test takers will be given the first half of the sentence, okay, and they will also be given a list of possible options. Now based on the text, they have to choose the best option to complete the sentence. Okay, this task type assesses the test taker's ability to understand main ideas. Okay, the next task type is sentence completion. Now in this, test takers complete sentences in a given number of words taken from the text, writing their answer on the answer sheet. So for example, an incomplete sentence will be given to them, and based on the text they have to complete that sentence. Now while doing that, clear information will be given to them as to no more than 3 words and or a number from the passage, for example, okay, or only 1 word or no more than 2 words. Such information must be given to them and they have to follow that information. Okay, another important thing over here is that contracted words will not be tested. Okay, in the next slide I am going to tell you that what are contracted words and what are hyphenated words also, and hyphenated words count as a single word. This task type assesses the test taker's ability to locate specific and detailed information. Contracted words are the short words made by putting two words together. So now what are contracted words? For example, I will. The contracted word for I will is I will. Okay. Is not, isn't. Okay. So did not. Okay. Didn't. Okay. So what are they trying to convey over here is that such like these contracted words will not be tested. In case if you want to write I will, then you have to write I will like this way only. You can't write short forms. Okay, so contracted words will not be tested. Next is hyphenated words. So hyphenated words contain a short dash, okay, which is used to join the words together. And what is there, what information they are giving for hyphenated words, what instruction they are giving for hyphenated words is that hyphenated words count as a single word. I'll give you an example of it. Mother in law. Now these will not be counted as 3 words, they will be counted as 1 word only. Okay, then another example which I can give you is very easy. Ex-wife. Okay, ex-wife, ex-husband, mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. Okay, then word of mouth. Then self-esteem. How do we write self-esteem? Self and esteem. Okay, so this will not be counted as 2 words, this will be counted as 1 word. This will not be counted as 3 words, this will be counted as 1 word. This will not be counted, ex-wife will not be counted as 2 words, it will be counted as 1 word only. Self-esteem, again, it won't be counted as 2 words, it will be counted as 1 word. So that is hyphenated words and contracted words. I hope this makes everything clear to you all. The next task type is summary, note, table or flowchart completion. So in this, an incomplete summary, note, table or flowchart will be given and you have to complete it based on the text. Okay. Now what is summary? Summary is several connected sentences. What are notes? Notes are several notes, meaning from a given passage, a few important details or important points will be noted down and they will be incomplete and you will have to complete it. Okay. Then table. A table must be given with a few cells which are empty and you have to actually basically fill those cells with the correct answer. And then in a form of flowchart also, a flowchart will be given to you. It is a series of boxes which is linked by arrows to show a sequence of events. Okay, and this will usually happen when there is a defined process of something. For example, say for example in a factory, okay, a factory which makes jam, so then how is that jam made? So there is a process, there is a defined process for it. So first the strawberries will come in the factory, then the strawberries will be washed, then the strawberries will be processed, then the strawberries will go for packaging and then it will reach to you. So it has defined steps or defined process. So in such when such information is given, at that time this information will be converted into flowchart and there will be certain boxes which will be empty and you will have to fill it with the correct answer. Okay, and this task type assesses the task taker's ability to understand specific information, and it also it is also trying to understand if you can get a specific word, the correct word for the correct blank or not. So this is what they are trying to find from this task type, that is summary, notes, table or flowchart completion. The next task type is diagram label completion. So in this, a diagram will be given and it will be labeled and some of the labels will be empty and you need to fill it with the correct answer. And clear instructions will be given as to no more than 3 words and or a number, or no more than 1 word, or no more than 2 words. Okay, and again same, contracted words will not be tested and hyphenated words will be counted as a single word. Okay, and this diagram could be of anything. It could be of a machinery, equipment, or a building, or a factory, part of a building, part of a factory, or any object, or any package, or anything like that. And this task type assesses the ability to understand the detailed descriptions, okay, and how are you going to relate the information in the form of a diagram. The next task type is short answer questions. In this, the test takers answer questions about factual detail in the text. Now, the instructions will be clear that no more than 2 words or no more than 3 words and or a number, and contracted words will not be tested and hyphenated words will be counted as a single word. Okay, so here a very simple thing is there, that a short answer question will be asked and you have to answer it. Now you can answer it according to the words limit which is given to you. Okay, and this task type assesses the ability to locate and understand precise information in the text. Now comes the time to share my reading test experience with you all. There are a few things which I want to discuss with you all and which I want to tell you all, and this is just my advice and my suggestion. So there are a few points, so let's discuss that. Okay, the first one is to develop fast reading skills. It's important that this will happen only if you have this habit of reading every now and then. Okay, so read novels, read storybooks, fictional, non-fictional, anything is fine. Then you need to read write-ups, you need to read newspaper. Reading newspaper is very important. Read news articles, something like that. Do that every day and see to it that you understand what you're reading. So this way you the next time that you'll read a little faster than the previous one. Okay, so every time you will improve, and then you will be able to read very fast. Okay, so because there is time constraint, you don't have a lot of time, so for that reason reading fast really helps. Okay, the next thing is to develop your vocabulary. Developing vocabulary, having knowledge of different kind of words is very important, because even if there are 2 to 3 words which you don't understand in the passage, it actually means that you may not understand anything in the passage. So it's important that your vocabulary is good, and this improvement in vocabulary will happen as and when you will read. Okay, then no grammatical mistakes. Then you have to try and find the keywords. You should able to scan out the main idea, and you should be able to skim the correct information that you want. And you also need to know your weakness. Okay, so there are so many task types that which we discussed right now. You need to practice all of these task types, and when you will do that, you will somewhere realize that there are a few things where you feel that you need improvement. So then you need to focus on those areas. Okay, and understanding the main idea of the text, that is very important. That will only happen if you are going to develop your vocabulary. And the last thing that I want to say is practice, because practice makes you perfect. Okay, so it's important to keep practicing, and the more you practice, the more you will be confident about solving this test. This was the end of the video. I hope you like my video, and if you have liked it, please don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up. Also subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon besides the subscribe tab, because this will send you a notification whenever I upload a new video. Please share this video with your friends and family. Let me know your feedback and your thoughts in the comment section below. I also have my email address written down below. Till then, stay tuned with my channel and take care. Bye bye.